Welcome back everyone. As you probably guessed from the title of the video, we are going over this silencer that's in my hand right here. This one's from VERS Group. We've reviewed a lot of their stuff in the past. Now we're moving on to the VERS 375. I do believe this is new for this year, but one thing that I noticed just holding it here that you guys of course can't tell is that this thing is lightweight. So it's a reasonably large silencer, I guess you'd say, compared to today's standards, but it weighs 15.4 ounces. So it's pretty darn lightweight. It's just over 8 inches. Its outer diameter is 1.75 inches. So in terms of size, there's definitely bigger cans out there, but there's, smaller ones as well. Kind of a little bit on the big side, but weight-wise, it's doing fantastic. That's due to the titanium stack on the inside. One sort of con about the lightweight, if you will, is that they recommend that you don't get the silencer over 500 degrees. So if you're going to be, mounting this up on a Select Fire AR-10 or something like that, probably not the best silencer for that use. But for 99% of what folks are going to be shooting through it, it'll be just fine in a non-issue. So obviously it's a 375 diameter, so lots and lots of cartridges will go through there. But what we're going to do next is actually check out the decibel meter and see how it does on a few different setups, including an AK with subsonic ammo, MP5, and 300 blackout, and see what kind of reduction we can get with this silencer. The MP5 doesn't really fit well in the mount, but we're going with it. It's 1.5 meters off the ground. The meter is 1 meter to the left. So we have some 147 grain Minuteman munitions in there, and we'll get a baseline. Let's throw the can on. Everything's the same, just threw the can on. We're gonna get a baseline here. We have the Palmetto State Armory 10.5 inch upper. This one has the Surefire bolt carrier group for what it's worth. And we are 1.5 meters up and 1 meter to the left. We have some Fiocchi subs in there, and we'll see how it does. Same everything, just added the can. So you guys just saw the numbers there in terms of reduction. And one thing I think is pretty interesting just from that comparison there is how different the numbers were just depending on the host. So it definitely makes a difference what gun you're using, the type of system, those sorts of things. And just keep that in mind, rather, I should say, if you're ever watching a silencer review, because you're going to see different numbers from different folks and different atmospherics and on different guns. So definitely plays a role in it for sure. So one thing that you guys probably noticed with that video is that it's pretty easy to mount up. VERS Group is one thing I really like about them, is that their cans use what's called the VERSATILity system, which is this little guy right here. So basically they make it for just about any thread pattern I'm aware of anyway. And all you got to do is just screw it on there and you're good to go. And I should also point out that the VERSATILity mount itself, as well as the silencer, has wrench flats on it. It's something I harp on in silencer reviews, simply because wrench flats should be, in my opinion, mandatory if you're doing anything related with silencers, because when these things get hot, they get carbon lock, all kinds of things like that. That's not unique to VERS Group or anything. That's all silencers. So you want a way to be able to break it free, but screws on, mounts up just like that, and you're good to go. I do recommend using either some red Loctite or whatever type of thread locker you use on there, so that way the mount doesn't move. I've not had any issues with it moving at all. I'm not sure which video clips I pulled out to actually roll in during this video, but I've used this on 9mm. You guys obviously saw it was mounted up there on the 3-lug adapter, so they do make a 3-lug adapter for their VERS system. We use it on that. We use it in 300 Blackout, 6.5 Grendel, which is this guy right here, 308 AR10. We use it on that as well. And again, just keep it under 500 degrees. You'll be just fine. And normal shooting will do that. You're not going to have any issues with that. So again, we've used it on a ton of different firearms, and again, have had zero issues with it. In terms of like blowback in your system, what can you expect? I'd say about average. You know, it's not like an OSS flow-through can, so you know you are going to have some increased back pressure if you're using it in a semi-auto. Of course, in a bolt gun, kind of a moot point, but just know that going forward. Additionally, this is one of the silencers on the market that works with 350 Winchester, which is a relatively new cartridge, and a lot of your 30 cal cans won't work with that because of the diameter of the bullet. This will. So if you're somebody who hunts with 350 Winchester, it's a good option to look at, in my opinion. Price on this guy is going to come in at $950 over on Bauer's website, and you guys can head over there, order it direct from them should you choose to do so. But in terms of like value, all of those sorts of things, performance, I think it's pretty good, pretty solid. It's a very versatile can, like we talked about. Really, 95% of the rifle calibers out there, this can handle it just fine. And I know there's a lot of folks that want that one can for a bunch of different rifles. It's a good option, nice and lightweight, which I do like as well. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about the can, anything like that, you can always post them down below in the comments section. If you have a question that you need to have answered by me, the best place to reach me is over at my Facebook page. I do get to everybody over there eventually. Sometimes it takes me time because there's literally hundreds of thousands of you and only one of me, but that is the best place to reach me. Additionally, if this for whatever reason goes on sale or anything like that, I post those deals over on my Facebook page as well. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're new here and you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like these types of videos, and hope to see everybody in the next video.